Living life on the road where dreams take flight. In our motorhome under stars so bright. With our dogs by our side in a world left to roam. Finding adventure wherever we call home.
Good morning. Well, in this video we are going to talk a little bit about the Gaslow system that we've just had installed on Monty. I have to say, originally we weren't going to do a video about this because there were quite a few videos around about the Gaslow system, but on our Facebook page and some of our social media pages it's sparked quite a bit of interest and quite a bit of debate, and also when we were researching we discovered there were some gaps. There were some things missing on some of the videos that were out there. So we're going to talk about the system that we've got, why we've got it, and also talk to you a little bit about the auto changeover that we've had installed and the Bluetooth modules as well, so that we can monitor levels with the tanks. So first of all, let me explain why we have switched our Calor gas bottles, traditional orange propane Calor gas bottles, to a Gaslow system. We obviously plan, when we're both retired a year from now, in doing a lot more continental touring and a lot more touring around Europe with Monty. And for those that don't know, the traditional orange Calor gas bottles are almost impossible, if not completely impossible, to get on the continent. They just don't exist, they don't have them. But yet refillable gas bottles are much easier. So there's a lot more LPG stations. There are less LPG stations in this country, they're harder to find. Morrison's tend to have them, but that's very much down to the individual garages. Some will allow and some won't allow. So we decided that we wanted to have the Gaslow system installed to make it easier for our continental touring. Originally we were thinking about having one Gaslow bottle put in and keeping one of our traditional Calor propane bottles. That would give us both options. However, on researching it, most people who have done that said very quickly they ripped the other bottle out and went fully refillable. And so we decided, you know what, if we're going to do it, let's bite the bullet, let's have a completely refillable system. Monty doesn't use a huge amount of gas, so it's really only for cooking and possibly the fridge. Since we've had the diesel heater put in, we're not even going to be using the Aldi heating on the gas. So there's very little gas. So two 11 kilogram bottles is what we've had put in, and that should last us quite some time. The first thing to say is that increasingly garages or LPG filling stations will not allow you to refill refillable containers if your refill point is inside. So that's an absolute no-no now. I know a lot of people have their refill point inside the gas locker. You will struggle with a lot of garages who will shoo you away and say no for safety reasons. So where to put it? Well, some people have the refillable point put on the door up here. We were advised against that by Harry at Lakeside Leisure, and he's absolutely right, because constantly opening and closing means that you run the risk of stretching or getting a kink in the pipe that goes to here. Some people have it installed on the skirting at the bottom. The problem with that, we felt, was that our skirting on the bottom is quite thin and quite loose. It's not the most substantial structure, and by the time you've got a heavy refill nozzle on there, you could end up cracking or causing problems. So Harry installed our refill point well away from it, externally on the side here. Beautiful location, looks exactly like it's always been there. Nicely put in with the pipes from the gas bottles around the side. Using Gaslow systems in the UK, and it's a fairly standard bayonet fitting that just goes straight onto the refillable point. On the continent, however, you need a set of adapters. Our system came with a nice set of continental adapters for pretty much every country you can imagine. Annoyingly, we'd already bought some, but we've got those as a spare because it's probably inevitable at some point that we're going to lose one or leave one behind, and that could be a problem when you're on the continent, so it's not the end of the world. But But you've got 3 separate adapters for different countries, and it tells you on the top which country it's for. This is French and Italian, most European, and then Spain and various other European countries as well at the bottom. And they simply screw in to the existing connector, and then the European adapters, the European nozzles fit onto those to fill. So let's talk about the actual system. As we say, we opted for 2 11 kilogram bottles. They do them smaller, they don't do them any bigger. So the system's very simple. It wires through your existing Truma regulator, but we opted as well to have an auto changeover, which means when one bottle runs low or empty, it will automatically switch across to the other bottle. We only wanted that because we have the Bluetooth modules, which means we can monitor the amount of gas we've got and then refill when we get low. The danger of having the automatic changeover is you may not necessarily know, unless you look at it regularly, that it's switched across, and you could run the risk of being completely run out. Let's just talk about the automatic changeover for a few moments. This is it up here. We couldn't find anything on the internet to help us with understanding it. Interestingly, it's a dial. And it makes it a little bit confusing because up there appears to be one cylinder side working, down there appears to be the other cylinder side working, and the logical conclusion is when it's in the middle, you've got both working. That is incorrect. That is completely wrong. Actually, what this does is it simply denotes which is your primary cylinder and which is your reserve cylinder. So with it pointing up here, following the pipeline, it goes down to this cylinder here on the left, which means that the left cylinder is our primary cylinder that we'll use first, and then it will change across to the right cylinder when the left cylinder runs empty. Having it down the bottom does the opposite. It means that the right cylinder is now our primary cylinder and the left cylinder is the reserve, which will be used second. In the middle does absolutely nothing. It's purely just because it has to pass somewhere from the top to the bottom position. It does nothing at all. So that'll help. You'll notice it's green. And what that means is that the primary cylinder is being used currently. When the gas from the primary cylinder has run out and it switches to the reserve cylinder, that green indicator will change to red. So that will be your telltale that you are now onto your secondary cylinder. So in this position here, because it's pointing up, the primary cylinder is the left, it's green, which means the left cylinder is full and it's using that. If it was red, it means the left cylinder is empty and it's now drawing gas from your reserve cylinder. The cylinders have normal taps for on and off, plus and minus, the same as you'd be used to on any other cylinder perhaps, or Calor gas, it's sort of on the top, but these are on the side. Now, the other thing that we are yet to find out how accurate it is or how good it is, and there's mixed opinions on this, is the Bluetooth module that links to your app on your phone for monitoring the levels and also sending you alarms when it gets low. And that's this here. There's 2 of them because you have to have 1 per cylinder. Following the black wires, it goes up to 2 little modules, Bluetooth modules. They're Bluetooth, not Wi-Fi, so you have to be within close proximity. So if we just take out the left Bluetooth module to have a look at that briefly. Okay, this is it. It uses the Dimes app. We'll show you that in a moment on the phone. And it literally, all it is this module runs off of, if I can get it out and show you, 2 little AAA batteries. No idea how long they last. Jury's out on that. We shall see. They're not constantly monitoring. They only monitor when you actually request from the app for it to update. So I'm guessing they probably should last a fair while. But they're not connected into the 12-volt system on the van. So you have to bear in mind that they are battery operated and will need changing. Pop the little modules back in their magnetic catches at the top there, and they're doing their job. So let's have a little look at the app. I want to show you a couple of apps that we use in relation to Gaslow and the LPG system. The first one is an app called My LPG, which looks like this. It's got a picture of a fuel pump, and if you click on it, that then shows you all the listings of fuel stations that will have possibly LPG, so you can see there where any LPG stations are that might be around your area or a particular area that you want to search. A very useful app to have. Then the second app, of course, is the one that we actually use for monitoring the Gaslow system, and it's this one here, Dimes. It's called Dimes SRG, and you click on that and you've got two tanks, Gaslow right and Gaslow left. That's just what I've named them. You can call them anything you like, but the Gaslow right tank and the Gaslow left tank makes obvious logical sense. The Gaslow left tank is my primary tank, so the auto changeover is set for that to be my first tank. If I click on it and then click on update, so it requests an update via Bluetooth from the tank, it will then tell me how much fuel there is in the tank. There we go, it's full. Well, it should be. We only filled it up yesterday. What you can see on the app here now then is that you've got two alarms that you can set. So the first alarm will go off at 30% when this tank reduces to 30%. The second alarm will go off at 15% when it hits that, so that you know how much you've got in there. It tells me it's an 11 kilogram capacity tank, and it gives me the date of the last filling. In this case, that was yesterday. You also have a chart that shows the trend of use over time. Interestingly, if I go to trends, what you'll notice is we've magically and miraculously got more gas in our tank than we did when we filled it up yesterday, or the day before, whenever it was. And the reason for that is when you fill it up and it automatically shuts off, it actually only fills the tank to about 80% in order to allow room for expansion. Well, we're on a hot day today, there's a lot of sun outside, that's why we've come inside, so you can see that that expansion has pushed the volume of gas up higher. And then exactly the same on the other tank. It looks identical. If I go to Gaslow right, my right hand tank, click on update, and it tells me exactly the same, which is a very useful feature to have, but we shall see how good it really is. The final thing to show you on the app, which is quite useful, is if you go to settings at the top here, you have here in the middle an option for continuous mode. If I switch that on, rather than having to click the update button to get the update of how much gas is in the cylinders, that will continuously read the amount of gas in there. Obviously you wouldn't use that normally because it will exhaust your batteries on the modules very, very quickly. But that is used for when you're filling. So if you want to keep an eye on how much gas there is in the tanks whilst you're filling at the station, you can put it onto continuous mode and then you can just watch the percentages going up, which is a useful thing so that you can see when you're getting near to full. So I hope that's helped. I hope it's given you a little bit of a guidance or our thinking about it. Everyone has their opinions on refillable gas systems. Some people, swear by propane bottles, and some people swear by refillable bottles, and some people say, oh, you can't get gas bottles, you can't get gas refills anymore, and there's less and less people, all of which might be true in certain areas. This is just our opinion. It's just what works for us. We'll see how it works when we're out and about on the road and actually touring, and how good it all is in the future. It's a system that we think's good. We like it. If this has been helpful for you, don't forget, subscribe, like, share, comment, please, because all of that helps our little channel to grow and spread the news around. So please do join in with our community. And thanks for joining us. Next time you see us, we'll be back in Monty, heading off to Northumberland and the Scottish borders.
The open road.